Hi, friends. Today in math, we're not going to be learning a new lesson. Instead, we're going to again review what we've already learned about geometry or the shapes around us. Today, we're going to focus on reviewing plane shapes or 2D, two-dimensional shapes. We're going to play some games, do some activities, and then you're going to make a really cool shape monster. Let's get started. So here are the shapes, the 2D shapes or the flat shapes that we've learned so far. We have the quadrilateral, the triangle, the hexagon, and the pentagon. They're called quadrilateral, triangle, hexagon, and pentagon because of the number of sides, angles, and vertices that they have. A quadrilateral always has 4 sides, 4 vertexes, and 4 angles. A triangle always has 3 sides, 3 vertexes, and 3 angles. A hexagon always has 6 sides, 6 vertexes, and 6 angles. And a pentagon always has 5 sides, 5 vertexes, and 5 angles. If you want to draw one of these 2D shapes, you just have to remember how many sides, angles, and vertices it has. And to create the vertices, you start drawing a line in one direction, and then you change the direction to form a vertice or a point. Every time you change, it counts as a side, and your last side has to close up the entire shape. Sides are the lines that you can trace and count around a shape. So after you draw a shape, stop and trace and count all the lines or the sides that you drew. Are you sure you drew the right number of sides to make the shape that you wanted? Vertexes or vertices are the points where 2 sides meet. So after you draw a shape, make sure you count all the vertexes. Do you have the number that you need to make the shape that you need to make? And angles are the space where 2 sides meet. So this side and this side meets here, and it creates this space right here. This space is an angle. Make sure to also count the angles in the shapes that you draw, because the number of vertices, vertices, sides, and angles that a shape has gives the shape its name. So 2D shapes have vertexes, sides, and angles. Let's play some riddle games. What shape am I? I have 5 sides, I have 5 vertices, and I have 5 angles. I am a, go ahead and shout out the shape if you know it. Very good, I am a pentagon. All of these look like different shapes, but they're all pentagons because if you counted their sides, their vertices, and their angles, they would always have 5. 5 sides, 5 vertices, and 5 angles. That's why it's called a pentagon. But look at all the different ways that you can draw a pentagon. And remember that for later when you make your shape monster. What shape am I? I have 3 sides, I have 3 vertices, and I have 3 angles. I am a, think about the name of this shape with 3 of everything. What is it? Shout it out. I am a triangle. Very nice. Again, all of these triangles look different, but they're all triangles because they have 3 sides, 3 vertexes, and 3 angles. That's what makes them a triangle. Look at all the different ways you can draw triangles. And remember all these different ways for later when you make your shape monster. What shape am I? I have 6 sides, I have 6 vertices, and I have 6 angles. I am a, think carefully, think about the word 6. It kind of sounds like the name of the shape, 6 and hexagon. I am a hexagon. All of these different shapes are hexagons because they have 6 sides, 6 vertexes, and 6 angles. So when you draw a hexagon, there's lots of different ways that it could look. So remember that for later when you make, your shape monster. What shape am I? I have 4 sides, I have 4 vertices, and I have 4 angles. I am a, don't get confused in this one. Don't name a specific shape. Tell me what all of the shapes that have 4 sides, 4 vertices, and 4 angles are called. Shout it out now. That's right. It's a quadrilateral. Some of you might have been thinking square or rectangle, and squares and rectangles are quadrilaterals, but you have to say quadrilateral if it's a 4 sides, 4 angles, and 4 vertex shape. All of these shapes, even though they look so different, here's a square, here's a rectangle, here's a diamond, even though they're all different, they're all quadrilaterals because they have 4 sides, 4 vertices, and 4 angles. Okay, lots of different ways to draw quadrilaterals. So also remember that when you're making your shape monster later. Let's shout out some shapes. I'm going to show you a picture of a shape that you would see in the real world, or an object that you would see in the real world, and you're going to tell me what 2-dimensional 2D shape it is. Here we go. What shape is this? Starting off easy. Circle, very good. Look closely at this beehive, this piece of a beehive. What shape are these individual little honeycombs? What shape is that? Count all the sides. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. That means there has to be 6 vertexes and 6 angles. So what shape would that be? Shout it out. Hexagon, very good. What about this shape? What is this shape called? Count all the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has 5 sides, so it has to have 5 vertexes and also 5 angles. So it has to be a, shout it out, pentagon. Very good. What about this shape? The envelope. What shape is that? Shout it out. Yes, it is a rectangle, but what are all rectangles? They are quadrilaterals. Very nice. It has 4 sides, 4 angles, and 4 vertices, which makes it a quadrilateral. What shape is this? This kite. Well, let's count the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, 4 again. 4 vertexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 angles. 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, we have a quadrilateral. What shape is this? CD. Circle, very good. What shape is this? Button. Let's count the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vertexes, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 angles, which makes it a, shout it out, pentagon. Very good. What shape is this card? Shout it out. Quadrilateral. Very good. There's 4 sides, 4 angles, and 4 vertexes. What shape is this? Look very carefully. Count the sides very carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This name tag has 6 sides. So what shape is it? That's right, it's a hexagon. So for your independent work today, we're going to do something fun. You're going to roll a shape monster. Yep. So here are your directions. And this is also, I've attached this document on the post on Class Dojo so that you can print this out or open it on the computer and look at the directions while you're doing this activity. What you have to do is you're going to grab a separate piece of paper. You're going to roll a dice to choose a shape. If you have dice at home, go ahead and use a real dice. If you don't have dice at home, on the bottom of this worksheet, there's a website that you can go to that has an online virtual dice. This website is also posted on the class story with your math work today. So look for that too. So whether you're using a real dice or an online dice, you're gonna roll your dice. And if you roll a 2, you have to draw a hexagon to create your shape monster. So here's a 1 hexagon. Oh no, that's not a hexagon. Here's a hexagon that I drew, and here's another hexagon that I drew. Then I'm gonna roll the dice again, and if I get A 3, I would have to draw a quadrilateral. So here I drew 2 quadrilaterals up here, 4 sides, and I also draw 2 quadrilaterals up here. That means that 2 times I rolled a 3 because I drew quadrilaterals 2 different times, 2 different ways. Then if I roll a 1, I would draw a triangle. If I draw a 1 again, I draw another triangle. If I draw 1 again, I draw another triangle. So every time you roll the dice, you get to draw 1 shape. So if you're imagining a shape that has 5 triangles, then you have to keep rolling the dice until you get a 1 5 times, okay? So if you roll a 1, you draw a triangle. You roll a 2, you get a hexagon. Roll a 3, you draw a quadrilateral. Remember, there's lots of different ways to draw quadrilaterals. That's a diamond, that's a rectangle, that's a square, that's any shape with 4 sides. If you draw a 4, you're gonna make a pentagon. If you draw a 5, or roll a 5, you're gonna make a circle. And if you roll a 6, you get free choice. You get to draw any one of these shapes that you would like, all right? All right, friends, I can't wait to see your shape monsters, and I will see you again tomorrow. Have fun. Bye.